welcome back to KritzKast, the ETF2L Highlander Spring 2023 Preseason Cup Grand Finale, with my great buddy Harry and Cord from the land down under producing for us.
Subscribe for free! This cast is powered by Gamer Subs.
So the teams picking whichever map they played and the other team didn't for the first two maps. So we had SDCK versus Fresh Pills from Bel Air on Proside yesterday, and it ended up that Bo didn't end up playing because of one team dropping out. And similarly we had Bo versus Fresh Pills from Bel Air on Deanam, so SDCK didn't play that. So playing the maps that they played yesterday, the enemy didn't, and then the decider will be the map, if we get there, which they both played yesterday against each other.
SDK Super Dickmann's KANNONEN. We have May on Scout, Jackie Legs on Soldier, Garden Fungus on Pyro, Buddy on Demo, Sandburn on Heavy, Clark on Engineer, DQC on Medic, Lakey on Sniper, and Mezzo on Spy. Team Bo though, Cannon on Scout, Hanjo on Soldier, Delt on Pyro, Luca Enderman on Demo, Menix on Heavy, Skyfox on Engineer, Sebastian on Medic, Broken on Sniper, and Yurkus on Spy. How you doing, Harry?
I'm doing well.
Here we go.
Yeah, so this first mid coming out, Honjo doing a fake bomb there as he's creating space. Jackie Legs high in the sky, Lakey taking out Lucas, so it's a quick advantage for STCK in the red. But lots of frags being traded out for Bo there. Got Jackie Legs and Buddy going down, no spam classes to deny the point. That's going to enable Bo to be walking across this point with all this space. Honjo's now in onto the medic, lots of damage. DKC's going to play nice and passive for now. That's getting lots of space for Bo to take this point for free, essentially.
For free indeed. Bo getting the first cap of the game. That is very entertaining. What am I on about? That is very, would you say it's a kind of an underdog story here, since SDK have been the ones at the top all the time?
You could say that it's certainly not the most expected outcome, but we have an Uber trade about to come out. The Ubers come out from DQZ, so milking it slightly longer. This Uber's going to be a better Uber for Bo, causing STCK to have to back off a little bit, but no space has been gained on either side. Coming across from the pillar side, Hodjo is going in deep behind to create space, but Brian and Jerkus, that means no pick classes on the side of Bo. Lots of space going to be created for STCK as they walk forward, and this cap is going to be capped in this post-Uber fight. DQC is low, but he doesn't have anyone pressuring him just because everybody is dead on the side of Bo.
I don't get why both heavies on both sides are playing the Hulong Hu leader, but it's definitely very entertaining to see. Yeah, Bo is gonna have to recover some scraps and pieces of whatever they had just now. Kanon being reflected and dies instantly to reflected rocket, but Sebastian Mezzo coming in and gets the stab. That is very, very sad to see for Bo fans out there. And it seems like it's an absolute cluster of a mess for Team Bo here. Only Hanjo standing there watching to tell the story of what just happened to his teammates. SDK still ticking down on the clock here, almost 2 minutes left. And they're just sitting here, relaxing in the pool room. It's no longer a pool room though, let's call it sand room from now on.
Oh, I think the old name is going to stick. People are definitely going to keep pulling it full. But Mezzo declining in the corner, taking the medic frag over the sniper. And Jerkas going down, along with Skyfox and Brian. And that's going to be Seb in the post as well. That's the Uber force out from DQZ though. But when your medic dies, it's not going to be too much help. The medic uses the Uber. He's going to get it before you are. I guess you can take a dry fight, but this is looking a very strong opening round for STCK after losing that first opening middle.
Seems like they will be doing a very aggressive build here. But, Hanjo jumping in, getting, I think, headshot and then gunned down by the mini sentry. Very unfortunate to see with Hanjo Vance out there. Lakey and Mezzo going down though. There might be some potential here for both to bring it in here if they use advantage of Brian being alive to land some cheeky headshots, but SDK are playing their cards safely. They are keeping calm inside the pool room. They do not want to mess up at all here. With the Uber really ready real soon here. Right about now, they are running out, shooting however much they can. Manage to take down Menix and Hanjo, and the rest of the players from Bo are ready to exchange back on the Ubers, but will they even do it as the point does successfully get captured? Nice headshot by Brian, getting down Buddy inside the pool room, that cheeky camper right there. And it seems like Merit will be taken out in favor of Bo.
Yeah, it was lots of space created by the pick classes that went down. The Uber is forced out, however. That's a nice force from STCK onto Bo, and they're actually losing loads of frags. They probably have to give up this point, Bo, because they just don't have the spawners coming in. Likey does go down, but as I was saying, Likey and Meza going down, and Jackie Legs as well, meant that no space was no denial of space for STCK, and then they lost May just before the Uber came out, so they didn't have any chase ability either, so it just meant that they couldn't deny the point at all. But it didn't matter in the end, the Uber from Bo not being able to find anything either, and STCK capping with a minute advantage on the clock with Uber to boot.
Taking down 30 seconds in fact. And Hanjo trying to go in for a silly little pick, but unfortunately doesn't get that much out of it. Very sad. Uber gets used though by SK players, managed to take down Brian, and it's a complete wipe to be honest. Sebastian also going down, and it's a bit tragic. Jackie Legs, the acrobat, just jumping around like a madman, flying around, coming to reclaim his soldier fame.
Yeah, the Uber came out from SDCK, and they just caught everybody in that little choke in the bottom right hand side of the map by the pack, and that meant that everybody got caught by all the splash damage. Buddy and Jackie Legs dealing a lot of damage and cleaning up all 6 frags available, and winning their team the round up 1-0 on the scoreboard. Not unusual to see for SDCK as we enter this second middle. Luca is slightly faster, but here we come. May barreling across the point as he tries to take a space for his team. Jackie Legs is the first casualty of the fight, however. That's going to be Honjo able just to create some space with no counter sack from Jackie Legs available.
Indeed, no sacking on Mr. Sebastian unless someone else would like to say it otherwise, but nice double stand by Mezzo, getting both Brian and Luca. That is going to set back Bo by a lot, but Hanjo with the monster Yeti monkey taunt managing to take down DQC. Toxic taunting right here on the KritzKast, and Jackie Legs returning the favor, taking down Sebastian. No taunting though, but you know, it's all fun.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Honjo was able to just sack for free with no fear of counter-sack from Jackie Legs, but the counter-sack came in, it was just 10 seconds later, and Seb, with only 2 players alive, didn't want to use his Uber and got dropped instead. And it's not looking like a great start to this round. It's not awful, Likey only just spawned with Fungus down as well, so they are able to just walk onto this point for now, and it's equal Uber charge situation as well, so you don't have to worry about that. They do get the cap straight away, but they lose Menix in the process. Buddy doing a lot of damage and just clearing up the frag himself. As we get Brian down as well, Mezzo on a 4-kill streak this life, and Seb taking spam pipes, and Buddy getting the frag. It's looking like a really strong fight for STCK as they trade points once again, this time with a full Uber charge advantage to be able to hold forward with.
Indeed, very aggressive. This is something new to me. I haven't seen this aggressive gameplay on Proside nor Lakeside before, so this is something very new to me. But KANNONEN going down against Jackie Legs, and the Ubers will be used in fact. Meso getting a nice stab on Brian, and here is Bo just running away, keeping themselves safe as long as they can, but they are getting spammed, they are getting bombarded, but so they are able to defend each other very well. Managed to pick down Buddy, Efle, and Meso, so you know, they got something going for them at the moment indeed. But Jackie Legs jumping in, but nice reflecting by Delt. Holy moly guacamole, dude. Delt, that was an absolute beast play right there.
Yeah, protecting his medic, keeping this large overcharge advantage for this recap. Just losing so many frags on that forward hold, SDCK, meant that Bo could just walk forward and take that point once they had made sure their medic was nice and safe. Opting for the pool hold instead of the forward hold, which has been made possible by these little wooden ledges that have been added to this map. But KritzKast going down on the flank, meaning you don't have to worry about the spy on the side of SDCK as you walk towards the point. You can just look at the enemy combo as they have to do something to stop you taking that point. It might force out this overcharge, and then you have an overcharge to just retake the point for free.
Indeed, this is the first time we do see Bo team though relaxing in pool room. Nice matchup by Brian, picking down Efle from SDCK. But Ubers from SDK will be used, and answering back Bo with the Uber back. No picks so far, only Brian going down to a flare gun by Garden Fungus the previous part of the season, and it seems like the point is still standing in favor of Bo, but only a bit of touching will lead it to SDK successfully capping it, and it seems like Bo will be back in a bit slightly back because they don't want to risk any crucial losses here.
Yeah, you have the Heavy just eating the sandwich in front of Luca there. He just takes pipe after pipe after pipe, but the just health you gave for the sandwich is too much, and you lose your demo in the process of trying to get that Heavy, meaning Bo has to back all the way to spawn. You do have approximately equal Ubers, which is good for you, but you are down on time, and the enemy has the cap if you are the Bo here. And Luca getting spawn camped by Jackie Legs is not going to help their cause as they fall further and further behind in terms of time. If KritzKast actually waiting just right by the point for a stab, he doesn't realise that he has Sandburn coming up behind him though. Oh. He's just going on the flank.
Oh.
He's looking for like a sort of medic pick. Don't really know what's going on. They're edging the point.
Oh!
Sebastian going down to Likey though. And that's not going to help them. And lots of spam coming out, but you just lose so many players, and you do force out the Uber, but it's only a consolation prize really. You equalize the Uber charge disadvantage you have from dropping that Uber, but you don't gain the point. You're still over a minute down on the clock and you're waiting for your spawners, but so you can't even take advantage of the sniper being down.
Must give some credit for Bo though for reacting very quickly and playing to the sack wave the second they saw Jackie Legs winning a duel against the Delt there. But Brian hitting the headshot on DQC. Very well played by Brian right there. But will that be enough? Since a lot of players are just respawning, they're going to have to start making some cap time. But what they do have is a fully conquered sand room. They are getting some presence on the point, defending as hard as they can. And they're just going to have to wait and see what sort of moves will be made by the players from SDK. They did successfully cap the point, but they cannot allow SDK to cap again. Brian getting caught off guard by the heavy head spot. We usually call it something else, but I don't think I should say it on cast. Point being capped by SDK at the moment. Holding on strong. If they cap this, it will be a win, and it seems like it might be a win here. Meza going in for a stab, getting medic successfully, but Ubers responded by Bo walking in, but seems like they will all be wiped. And you know, SDK taking their sweet time capping this point, if I could be completely honest, allowing Bo to just re-enter with a lot of their players, but this might be Joan over for now. No, unless KritzKast says something about it, but he doesn't. He unfortunately goes down as well, and it seems like it will be a 2-0 for SDK.
Yeah, unfortunately, invulnerability is nice, but being up 5 players is even nicer. SDCK know that. Edging the point when they have such large player advantage, enabling the Uber to be forced out, and then you just win the post fight because their spawners on Bo are too long, meaning they win the round up 2-0 as we enter this third round's mid fight. SDCK taking so much space. We have Brian getting bombed by Jackie Legs, but he is defended, and Seb is weak, but he is nice and healthy once again. So if you're on both sides, you can now start to walk forward with your slight player advantage and try to take this space across the point, which is exactly what they're doing. Scout is playing on the point, Menix is playing on the point as well. Hondro bombing in once more, DQC going so weak, but he's defended, and that means that it's now player advantage swung in favor of SDCK, and this is going to be a really tough hold for Bo if they actually do cap this point.
Dude, I just saw the Hulong hold. The fire effect around it just worked on a spy. That was... Meza was literally scared off by that fire effect, and You know, that's something you don't see every day on Ethan's wall. Jackie Links going in for a bomb and getting the force. Sebastian too scared to drop it, so he decided to pop it, and it seems like they will be at a major disadvantage. They do try to make do with whatever they have, but it seems like they will either way just back away. Perhaps they're cooking a cheeky little sack wave. Who knows what will be coming in sooner or later, but Mezzo up in the air preparing his Assassin's Creed era. Well, he will get a cheeky trick stab on Sebastian. No, he's walking somewhere else, trying to go for Brian, shooting him down. Here comes the Uber exchange though against SK and Bo. Take it away, Harry.
Yeah, meanwhile the Uber coming in from STCK, and the Seb kill is easy, but DQC dying in the process. It's not a great trade, as your spawner is going to be a lot longer, seeing as you hold the point on the side of STCK. Losing that many frags is going to enable Bo to, once they have their spawners coming up, actually take this point with their heals, while DQC is still in the spawn room. They are being very slow about it though. Garden Fungus being able to deny all the spam, and Sebastian is getting bombed once again.
Once again, twice, at it again. Point still taken down in favor of Mr. Super Dickmann's KANNONEN. 1 minute 30 seconds left on the clock. But gotta do something real soon here, because they only got a 20% Uber advantage and they're the ones losing here. You know, they gotta step it up. Seems like Medics switched to miniguns though. No more Hulong's long heater, and Clark is going leveled guns. It seems like we're seeing a lot of new things on this map today. Point taken down. 1 minute 10 seconds left on the clock for Super Dickmann's KANNONEN, and you know, they're just straight up chilling. Bo, they need to make the move here, and Bo can't really make a move here because they're just getting spammed and bombarded. But it seems like SDK will be making the first step, and seems like not really much succession will be coming from that Uber, as the team players from Bo jump in and do not really get that much out of it.
Well, the idea of that Uber, I think, was to make sure that the sentry gun could stay alive, because if you can use the Uber on their side, they're not going to have much Uber to kill this gun. This gun will then be able to clear up any people who try to come across the point. So it was a proactive Uber to try to make sure that you keep that gun up and keep the space. It worked to keep the gun up, but you do lose a couple of frags in the process, and including the cap, but you have such a time advantage, it's not too much to worry about, as you are getting frags on the side of STCK. Although losing your Sultry and your Scout this late in the fight, as along with your demo, is not a good way to continue the fight. That means they're going to have to play more passive around their gun and just hope that you don't get bombed in and your medic can keep your charge.
This is something very good for Bo though. 2 minutes left on the clock, waiting to see what sort of move SCK will be making as they sit passively, just building that Uber, equal Ubers on both sides, and it seems like SCK will be making the steps, going in here, Delt's just pushing them away, not allowing them to make any presence on his combo, and it seems like they will be answering back with a comeback, but it does not seem like they will succeed. Very good gun placement by Clark. That could easily deflect an Ubered player, because with the leveled guns, you push the players away when they're Ubered. Point successfully kept by SCK, not much Bo interaction back at it, but it seems like they will be cheesing it a bit, trying to get whatever cap time they can get. Jackie Links flying around like an acrobat he is, and 1v1ing Delt once again, but it seems like he will be running away. Point fighting commencing as we speak, just exchanging one by one left side and center. Yurkus getting a nice stab backside on Clark. That's going to disable the gun and take it down eventually. Kannon getting good cap time, everyone else adding up on that cap time, and eventually they will be capping the point, but delaying Skyfox, Kannon, and Yurkus. Was it worth it?
Yeah, I think you just have to delay your players there and hope they can come into the fight quickly enough, but because you do have Ubers to delay, but losing players during this Uber is going to make it really hard to hold on. Jackie and Sandburn go down though, Luca as well, so one team has a demo, one team does not want that. It's also a sniper advantage for the SDCK, so it's going to be easy to recap in this post-Uber fight. Bo going to have to stay in the fight because they only have 5 seconds to make sure they get some cap time, and it looks like it's going to be SDCK winning 3-0 on this first map. Proside, nice and comfortable for them.
Nice and comfortable, you know. This is the match point for SDCK. If SDCK wins this map, they will be winning the whole preseason cup. up against Bo here. Here we go.
Yeah, so Demo's playing both on a ramp as we have Jackie Legs and Honjo. Gonna be watching for those bombs early on. Samburn and Cannon trading. KritzKast going down as well. So we have lots of kills early on. Likey has gone down as well. So both medics still up. We have approximately equal numbers, but STCK has all the space, even though they are the sniper down.
Indeed, and just the presence alone up on the high ground will scare off Bo from not even going up. But it seems like STK will be backing away and allowing the high ground to be taken by Bo here. It's kind of a pro stuff and hope it works at the end here. Honjo spooning DQC, getting him down.
Yep, we had lots of spoons. I don't know if you saw this map yesterday, but we had 9 spoon kills from Erintrea and Honjo combined yesterday on this map. So this is Spoon City, the cutlery drawer full of spoons, no knives and forks in sight. But DQC hitting this one, or taking this one, my bad. And that's going to be a nice overcharge advantage and the cap for Bo.
Only a spoonful. Point capping down in favor of Bo, as you said, indeed. But SDK do want to change that. They want to start getting the cap time here because they don't want the timer to catch up, and the time is ticking down in their favor. 2 minutes 25. But Yorka's going in for the stab, taking down DQC. DQC is not having a fine day on this map indeed. Getting picked at least twice so far by insta-kill. You know, that is not a fun thing to be killed by.
Yeah, and it does mean that although they did get the cap straight back to Bo with a full overcharge advantage to boot. And Likey is down as well, so no playmaking abilities from him for the next few seconds. Clark going down to jerk this in the back lines, so that flank is going to be weak for now. And Jackie Legs is also going to be weak. So Honjo is in once again, the fake bomb's out. And we're a bit on a bit of a downtime in this round so far. Mezzo getting a stab onto Brian, but I think STCK just going to be poking the point for now. They lose Buddy. Medics on with the Natasha by the stairs, meaning it's going to be very easy to hold this point, even though STCK were trying to contest it.
Indeed, but STCK now walking up on the point, trying to get some cap time, but they do get fended off. Oh no, Honjo with the spoon once again, just spooning his nose off and just winning the spoon competition. You know, if you were in an eating contest and you see Honjo, you would be sharding your pants right there, man. Point not even capped by SK, but nice shot by Lakey. Managed to bring it back in headshot Sebastian. About time, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think that was Seb's first death of the round. So STCK are a minute down on the clock. With all these spoons going on so far, I might have to make another preseason frag movie, including those as well. There were so many I had to leave out in the one on the intro, but it does look like Bo are trying to contest the point once again, even though they do have overcharge disadvantage. We have Honjo going in. It's DQZ gonna catch it again. No, backs out into Shutter. That does create a lot of space for Bo to walk forward. Lots of cap time as well. They might have to use this Uber to defend, and they are indeed. Buddy coming forward, but Sebastiani nowhere to be found. He's all the way out to spawn, and it's gonna be a 50% overcharge advantage and no demo for STCK to defend the point with.
Indeed, timers being very close as well. Both teams are playing this game extremely well, to be honest, but there's some particular carriers on both sides, won't name right now, but point capped by Bo, ticking down in their favor, but Luca Enderman being delayed. Honjo flying in, double tapping Jackie Legs, RIP in the grave. You know, SSK capping now the point. 1 minute 20 seconds left on clock for his side, for their side, and seems like Bo would not like to allow that. Have we even seen a single Uber exchange this entire game? I feel like their sprint just drops and medpicks 24/7 as DQC gets shot down by Mr. Yurkes, and it seems like it'll be a wipe. Not a wipe, but a big clean from SCK.
Yeah, a cornucopia of kills coming from Bo there. STCK losing their medic, full overcharge advantage for Bo now, and they got a strong sniper. As I say that, Mezzo takes him out, and it does mean that STCK gonna have to get their spawners up before Bo, and they're going to be able to contest this point from ramp here. Even though they are an Uber down, the Uber might be able to force out, and it is indeed Luca barreling forward, but getting denied by the Pyro. Uber just not. Uber's exchanges have not been kind this round, but it does mean that you're going to be able to get overtime. STCK aren't going to be able to cap the point before it comes out, I don't believe. That's going to be a nice advantage for Bo. And DQZ takes a pipe. KritzKast is right in on him as well, but he's just not able to get the frag, and DQZ lives. For once in this round, he lives. With a nice Ubercharge advantage, but you are a minute down on the clock and overtime, so you have to defend this point with your life.
Hopefully he would be able to use it for once, because it would be a bit upsetting to see him lose it or get picked off by an insta-kill again. But I think SSK do want to protect him as best as they can, as Bo tries pulling up here, bombarding as much as they can, try to get whatever picks they can. It seems like Brian will be headshotting DQC and bringing him down to the grave yet again with the Uber drop. Jeez Louise, man. Bo is now walking up. They do want to do something about this med pick. Since the Uber has been popped, they're walking in. They're trying to wipe however they can see on SSK's side. Now they just got a stack point, because if they cap now, they will be winning this round here. And it seems like they did succeed. We saw Jackie Legs and Clark try to save it, but unfortunately they did not succeed at that. What a hype first round though.
Indeed, I told you Bo were going to be dangerous on this map. Honjo with a couple of key frags, and DQC not having a good first round. When you don't know the sniper sightlines and the jumps, it's going to be tough to defend yourself. But incoming onto this second middle, we are, and Honjo is quickly in, and he's fake bombing, trying to create some space as he does. Buddy alone on the point. No frags been traded so far. As I say that, Brian taking a likey. That's going to be the sniper advantage for Bo. But STCK just confidently standing on the point for now. Going to get some lovely cap time. And it looks like they're going to just win this mid-fight even without a sniper.
Sometimes you just don't need a sniper. Sometimes you just don't need one-shots. And it seems like that's what they decided to do, you know? But not really. Point has been not capped yet, but both sides do smell the sweet taste of successfully capping the point, and I see Honjo sneaking around on the other side here. I do see him wanting to go in for another cheeky pick here, but he gets blasted to heaven. RIP. Garden Funding is just sending him away. Yeah, I think he was pretty tired of losing his medic to some stupid stuff like that. Uber got forced. Jackie Legs jumping in, managing to force Sebastian in. They will be backing away by Bo, and it seems like both sides are at an equal Uber still, despite, you know, SK also forcing their medic.
Yeah, so the Ubers finally got traded for the first time in this match, and Bo comes out on top with DQZ going down as well. 3 frags down with long spawners for Bo. Going to mean that STCK are going to be able to contest this point, but not with their heavy going down. It's going to be difficult for them. A 50% Ubercharge advantage for Bo. They are sitting pretty for now, and that's going to be May going down. That's going to mean that you don't have many people to contest this cap, and Bo going to be in the driving seat for now with the Ubercharge advantage, time advantage, and the cap.
Indeed. Headshot Lakey taking down Skyfox, but Brian saves his best friend and takes down Lakey back. Uber's being used by both. They are running up, trying to do whatever picks they can, but only able to make DQC be half HP. Very sad indeed. Point taken down in favor of Bo. 2 minutes left on the clock. They are actually leading as we speak. They're doing quite well for themselves here. Maybe it is that SDK weren't able to play last round here. Honjo jumping in, trying to go in for a pick, but gets mowed down by Natasha. But Uber is coming in straight up on the face of Bo. No success. No, never mind. Sebastian actually does go down, as long as Medex as well. It seems like it will be a cap by Super Dickmann's KANNONEN.
Yeah, STCK getting the med frag with the Uber there. Gonna mean they have a nice 30% Ubercharge advantage for this next phase of the round. A minute behind with the cap, so it's not the end of the world for them, especially with this Ubercharge advantage. No spy, so if you are Bo, you can be just looking forward, pressuring for now. Might be an idea to try to get this dry cap, if you can, before DQZ gets his Uber charge to defend it with. But you do lose 2, Cannon and Brian going down early. Does mean DQZ though going down, and that's going to be huge from Hondo. And it's just so much going on. Jerkus gets in Buddy, and that's going to be not enough to be able to defend this point once Bo gets their spawners. It's going to be a nice recap for Bo. They're probably still going to be ahead on time as long as they play this well.
You know what I like a lot about this map is that your buildings are very safe, not in the spam sideline, you know? But that's just my pet peeve. Point taking down if SDK. They have caught up on the timers, so Bo, they really got to make a right decision here. They really got to make the right move. As Sebastian has his Uber ready, they will be moving on from the left side here, ready to show a big surprise, a big flash, managing to take down DQC in a span of a second. And Sebastian is swapping the medigun, but I don't think that's even, that doesn't matter anymore because the Uber count thing doesn't count when you die with the Uber, right?
No, it does. It just gets rid of the Uber very quickly. He did get a small amount. He got about 15% from it, so he does have a larger Uber charge advantage than he would. But Bo coming from the flank, not spotted until it was too late. DQZ getting caught by the stickies, and Brian on the point, just getting a couple of frags now. He's rotating back and forth between the 2 really strong sidelines on the map. Now playing by the hut. And you're just gonna be sitting around with your Uber charge advantage for now if you're on Bo. You need to catch up on this time, so you can't give SDCK the point, but you do want to wait for this Uber so you can do something with it. Hondo going high before the Uber, missing the spoon onto DQZ, but gets a rocket, and he's gonna actually mean that DQZ goes down to the Uber, same Uber on the flank. Meanwhile, lots of people going down from SDCK while they're trying to contest the point, and Sebastian stays safe as well. It's a disaster for SDCK. They were favourites to win the round as long as DQZ survives. DQZ does not survive, and Bo going to be commanding position for the last minute or so of this round.
Hanjo wanted to change that, and I think Hanjo's playing around a bit too much if you ask me. But he do whatever he want. I'm no Ian his father or anything, but you know. Point taken down right now in favor of Bo. A lot of cap time for SCK, so this is something they could just walk up on and continue adding up. Jackie Legs jumping in, no force, no drop, no med pick, but you know, a lot of damage done, so that is going to give some time for them to relax. No,
the Uber comes out, and they're going to be defending the point with it. Lots of count time on the point though. DQC staying in under. He's got 20 seconds. That's about 20%. That's about 10 seconds to go on his Uber charge. Can he get it before the cap time fades? It looks like he might, but you're losing so many on the side of SDCK that even if you do get this Uber, it's going to be bad. The Pyro is going to be able to get onto the point, but he's Ubered, and it means that they don't get the cap time. DQZ, his Uber is a blessing and a curse, losing them the round in the end. It's 2-0 to Bo.
That is something I was not expecting. A 2-0 right now. This is a match point for SCK, but this is currently a map point for Bo. They will be moving on to the decider if Bo were to win this round. Right over here. It's Bo over.
It's Bover.
It's Bover. Yeah, we're just starting with the mid fight. Mezzo getting the 2K, getting a stab on Menex and Luca. You can take over here, man.
3 frags early for STCK, going to give them this point essentially for free. They are also on KritzKast. They have a slight KritzKast advantage, not as big as you would have thought. Sebastian obviously building stronger than DQZ, so you're going to expect that this Kritz, if it has been called, which I imagine it will, it's going to come out. Indeed it is towards Patio, and Sebastian takes the crit sticky to the face, gets Brian as well to boot. That's a huge KritzKast coming out from STCK. And it's just unfortunate Sebastian walked onto Patio as the KritzKast instantly came out. DQC going down in the post does mean that Sebastian is going to have about a 30% advantage, 35% in the end as long as he's building correctly. But that's going to be nearly a minute off the clock, and you're not any closer to capping the point on the side of Bo.
Indeed, SCK gotta take it easy here, man. They are probably feeling a bit embarrassed after rolling just now, and now are they the ones getting rolled? Hanjo just attempting something. I don't know what he was trying to cook, but he kind of was a disaster. Nice stab by Yurkus though, getting the stab on Buddy. Lakey just not being able to save him in time. Getting Brian though, never mind. Point still taken out in favor of SSK. Uber advantage being 30, but Mezzo coming into the stab, taking down Sebastian. It is back to square one for Bo. They got to start cooking back. But did you see KANNONEN? Kannon walking up, scattering him, shooting him. It's scattering time. Shoots him down with the scatter gun, and it seems like it will be an equal Uber on both sides. But will Bo walk up here with the player advantage? Doesn't seem like it. SCK is not really having much of a presence here.
Yeah, I mean, Bo just had 5 frags and they weren't contesting the point whatsoever. They seem to just fear STCK. Maybe it's the Clark effect. Just going down, taking Hondro with him as well. STCK still on that crit streak, so they're gonna get it before Seb has his Uber charge. And they're also gonna be able to contest this point because they have better frags for now. Mezzo is down, but this space is going to be just given to them for free unless Bo can start contesting it from the stairs and from the ramp.
Indeed, but that's what makes this map a bit interesting. It's diagonal, but Buddy will be using the crits, getting down KANNONEN, but the Ubers will be responding right back at them. It doesn't seem like no utilization of the crits will be successful, and it seems like Clark wanted to get a pick there, but did not succeed at that. Point taken down on behalf of Bo, and now they're just relaxing and seeing what's going to happen next. Heavy v heavy, and it seems like Medics did win against that play, but Mezzo turning the tides once again, taking down Sebastian, and it seems like it's a Medic down for Bo.
Yes, that's a key frag from Mezzo coming in from Patio, but it is just so many frags coming out on the side of Bo that they're going to be able to actually contest this point, even though they don't have good heals. They don't have any buffs, but just the number of players is going to grant them this recap. The crits is going to be coming out soon, I imagine, when Buddy gets up. No, they're going with the laser beams, I guess, but they just drop down, and I don't exactly know what's happened, but it's an absolute disaster for SDCK as the crits just completely whiffs. No death and destruction from this time, but it does mean that that's 50% Uber charge advantage for Seb as long as he can keep on healing. But Buddy is denied by the mini sentry. Yurka's getting 2, but Jackie Legs now in. Everyone's sacking for Sebastian, but he's playing so safe in Shutter. And what is going on? We have a teleporter entrance at the blue spawn, but it's a... Okay, never mind. It's red on my screen. It looks like it's built by Clark. I'm slightly confused what's going on. Indie
company.
Yeah, I'm very, very confused. But we have the Uber coming out from the flank. DQC once again getting caught. Cannon trying to chase, but he surfs it out towards the spawn, keeps his 70% crit streak advantage. Buddy going down, Luca going down. No demos on either side, so it's going to be SDCK gonna have to fight for this point with 5 down. They're gonna have to wait for their crit streak. DQC getting spooned as I say that. Oh, you hate to see it. Unless Yonja, that's another one for the frag movie. And I think that's probably about 8 or 9 spoons that he's got on this map in this preseason cup. He could probably make an entire frag movie just on that.
Take that spoon away from his hand. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm currently looking at his inventory and checking how many kills he has. I'll update you guys later. But point taking down in favor of Bo. If Bo wins this will be going on to a third map up against SCK here. SCK, they gotta make a really good wise play here because this is a bit of a disaster after rolling them 3-0 last map. It seems like here they're the ones getting rolled 3-0 almost, but here comes SCK trying to do whatever much they can at a 20% Uber disadvantage. Bo can do something about this point being capped right now. And if they will, they're jumping in, taking down some crucial players like Jackie Likes and Lakey, Garden Fungus, Luca Enderman though, going down to the Buddy, Sticky Pipes, crits, and it seems like it will be a bit of a minor wipe, but it will Bo players respond back. They will, but Mezzo said something otherwise. He managed to get the stab. 3 players left from SSK with a big respawn queue coming up as well. Nice headshot by Brian, managed to take down Buddy, and it seems like it would stand strong. Spoon coming in from Hancho, and it seems like Bo will be winning. Whoever wins this map will be winning the whole of Grand Finals, and nothing will be rewarded really, but except a bragging right that you won the preseason cup for the ETF2L Highlander Spring 2023 preseason cup Premiership Grand Finals.
Indeed, we have Luca coming through Secret, Buddy through Choke, so already a difference in the rollouts from the teams. It's going to be early damage from both demos. We've got Jackie Legs and Honjo high bobbing, like I said. Honjo going into the barrels. Jackie Legs winning the 1v1 as the opening frag is taken on the SDCK side. Mezzo with a stab, and Delty is going down as well, so it's going to be a nice advantage for SDCK on this opening mid-fight. Sebastian and his team just backing out with their tail between their legs, making sure that they have this Uber to defend second with.
Nice avoidance by Sebastian, just spinning around for his dear life, not being able to be hit by anything, and it seems like they'll be relaxing on the second point here, just defending as hard as they can and seeing what move SDK will be making. Equal Ubers on both sides. Honjo, I got a burp, met a pawn, Eple though, and it seems like he got scared off eventually. Now everyone from SDK will be moving on forward. Not moving on forward, they will be relaxing and waiting to see, because you know it's 5 CP. You just wait and see whoever messes up first and then you punish them. But Sebastian will be dropping the Ubers to Jackie Legs.
Yeah, like I said, Jackie Legs and Honjo are going to be bombing in a lot, I imagine, and I have been proven correctly already. It's been 2 minutes and bombs galore have been coming out. DQZ getting forced, but Sebastian dropping the Uber, so this Uber is going to be able to win them. The second point, Honjo is in, but he comes in too early. DQZ still have a bit of Uber to survive that bomb with, and it's going to be an equal Uber charge situation for holding last here. Our first last hold of the match today. Bo on their last point, going to be defending this one.
You didn't sound very happy when he said that, not gonna lie. But they're only just now. No, actually, there's a cheeky flank by the players from Bo. The scout Yerkes and Yerkes and KANNONEN getting the cap. That's gonna set back SK a bit, leaving more time to set up by Team Bo. And Eple going down to Brian's headshot. This is a very great play right here and right now.
Yeah, so that back cap created some space for them. It didn't actually end up mattering all that much in the end, but it did buy them some time to get his Uber. But Sebastian going so weak, he's on fire, and he does go down to Garden Fungus' Destiny, because that's 2 drops within 3 minutes for Seb. I mean, if you use that Uber, you're in a bad spot, so holding onto it isn't the worst of ideas, but it does mean it's +2 for Garden Fungus on his logs, and it's going to be a nice Uber charge advantage for SDCK as they come barreling forward. The heavy goes down to May as he does get onto the demo as well. Luca going down, that's lots of frags on each side, but the heals on DQZ's team. SDCK taking the first round in 3.5 minutes.
3.5 minutes. That is going to be 1 out of 5 for SDCK up against Bo. 0 out of 5. You know, first one to win 5 rounds or just win with the timer going out at the end. We are moving on now to another round, another day, another slay, and then see Luca entering here from the lower point. Oh my god! Brian with the headshot it dealt with the reflect. Okay, but Brian with the headshot taking down DQC on SDCK. Everyone is panicking. Brian is popping up, taking down Lakey as well. Jeez Louise guacamole, bro. That was absolutely crazy.
But Mezzo's in from behind. He is caught though, and it's a full wipe on the side of SDCK, only losing the demo from Bo, so it's a very, very strong middle from them. Brian with the early frag onto the medic. If you got heals for the entire fight and the enemy does not, that's going to be a large advantage for you. And it does mean that SDCK are forced back onto their last point. They don't even have a gun set up because Clark has only just spawned. If you take this Uber in quickly, it's only going to be a level 1, maybe a level 2 if you're unlucky, but it looks like they're waiting for Honjo, and they're giving up a large Uber charge advantage because of it.
Indeed, but Mezzo goes in for the stab, but unfortunately fails. Stealth catches him, starts burning him to a crisp, and it seems like they will be preparing to move in here. Lakey going down to the Brian headshot. Brian popping up on a 4 kill streak as we speak. crucial picks happening all around here. Clark keeping the gun tight and warm safely in a blanket, you know, not letting it explode at all. And it seems like they will still be, SDK will still be standing strong on last point here, but waiting to see what kind of moves will be made by Team Bo here. But they have a massive Uber disadvantage. So will SDK be moving in here? Yes, they will. Going in with the demo, going in with the scout. They start shooting down. Medics goes down. Anjo goes down, and it's a 2 free players down. Yurkis goes down as well to the Eple, mowing him down. And it seems like this defense will be set up now by Bo, setting up on second, but the battalions will go live.
Yeah, that was very poorly played from Bo there. They had a full overcharge advantage and they opted to only use it in with 80%, but they used it so far back they couldn't even kill the sentry gun. They had no space, the sentry gun denying everything. DQZ escaping to the spawns and not even the consolation medic frag, and it meant that they lose the second point because of it. Very poorly played, but they aren't punished too hard. The Uber coming out now. The gun is on the second point, but Buddy and Likey going down. Luca in the post as well. Clark is down. That's going to be so many kills on the side of Bo. It's only 4 up. The sentry gun goes down. If you can cap quickly and barrel into last, it's going to be an easy force on the side of DQZ. He's only got 1 player with him.
Mezzo getting fully buffed by Sebastian, allowing him to successfully survive all the shooting before he got the stab on Brian. That was kind of funny to watch. Yeah, but a big disadvantage for Bo. SSK full advantage. Despite losing other players earlier, they will be able to have the full advantage and walk up on the point here. But seems like Bo will not allow that much to happen because they are bombarding, shooting. Oh, the spoon goes in, does not land, but he does actually get the force on DQC. Well played by Hanjo right there. And it seems like a mid defense will be set up on the point by the players from Bo.
Yeah, but they don't have much space for down on the side of Bo, but Yurka's getting a couple of key picks, enabling them to actually stay in this fight. They do have Uber, they're going to be contesting it, I imagine. They are coming in through secret, Likey getting a couple of frags as well. The Uber coming out, he does end up going down, but DQZ is nowhere to be seen. Nice and safe on the second point. You do hold middle there, you have battalions that they're probably going to try to use to take middle before using the Uber to take second, I imagine.
Indeed, it's basically a second Uber, big resistances, so they will have a difficulty dying, but Luca, Buddy overextending a bit, getting punished by Luca. Hanjo jumping in. If it weren't for that battalions, I think he would have had a bit more luck, but unfortunately, the battalion stand strong alongside with SCK as Bo sets up the defense on mid yet again.
Yeah, Buddy dying through the battalions back up to probably a sticky trap, I imagine, causing them to not be able to push in onto mid. The Uber is going to be equalized in a few seconds as well, so they realize that they're just going to be content standing on their second point for now. They're going to be holding this Ubercharge position. They have 3.5 minutes before round reset, and they are on their second, so they're probably just content sitting here for now. We have the ball in Bo's court. They have to do something. Might send in Honjo. Might get a spoon, might get a bomb of some sort. And hopefully something may happen. Likey going down to Brian. Honjo losing the 1v2 in secret. That sniper frag is going to enable them to start peeking in through certain angles that weren't available before, and through secret they come by the looks of things. The pyro on God Fungus going to donate all the space. The Uber is forced out from DQZ. In fact, the better Uber on the side of Bo. It's going to be a huge post-Uber charge if Luca could just get some frags. Sandburn going so weak, but he does survive and no one will die for now. I say that, but Mezzo gets 2 in the post. Oh, Caster's Curse once again. And Mezzo with a couple of key frags. That's going to be a free middle cap for SDCK, I imagine.
Leave it to Mezzo to leave people caught off guard and even the casters to surprise us and such. Clark having a level 3 gun ready to be moved forward. This might be a very strong defense moving on forward for SDCK. A level 3 gun is nothing to scoff at. DQC though, getting mowed down by Menix, hiding in a corner, just mowing him straight down to heaven. Poor fella. And it seems like it will be an Uber ad for Bo.
Yeah, so that's one of the ways that you can die as a medic on a map you've never played before. Just a random heavy in a corner that you didn't know existed. Neither the heavy nor the corner, of course. And it looks like this level 3 gun doing its work for now, even with no heavy and no sniper. Without a demo man, it's not going to be able to be taken down. That middle is safe, especially with this battalion's backup coming up, even versus this Uber charge disadvantage. I imagine they'll be able to hold this.
Basically, second Uber, as I said earlier, as they do jump in, try to make their play here, and they do actually manage to get the force on Sebastian and take down medics. They're still standing strong, most of the players from SCK, so I feel like they will start moving on to the second point here. Nice shot by Brian, taking down DQC, walking through choke. That is an absolute clutch, and that might actually bring back Bo to potentially start pushing mid here since DQC is down.
Yeah, after getting forced there, you're thinking about backing out to last after you forced their Uber, but they don't have an Uber anymore. They only got to 80% before DQZ was killed, and Mezzo going down, so Sebastian is safe for the time being, as long as he doesn't peek a sightline or get bombed by Jackie Legs. But I imagine Jackie Legs is just going to be spamming, building up the battalion's backup to try to deny the space. The sentry gun is up on the middle point as well, so you've got lots of things to deal with, even if you do have a nice overcharge advantage to use. Imagine coming through secret is what they will be doing, and they are indeed. Luca spamming the gun for now, as Brian takes Buddy's return spam, and Delt going down as well. So a failed contested push, and they are going to just be holding on to their second point, I imagine, for the time being, and the Ubers will equalize in that time.
Indeed, point still standing the same as usual. 2 minutes 30 seconds have gone down so far. If the timer goes down, the bottom one, it will be a round reset. But SCK now with their aggressive Uber will be back in the way, since Bo has managed to walk away. Not really much coming out of that Uber except the Lakey pick being mowed down by Manix. Manix just managing to be a flank heavy, a fat scout, just going everywhere. And the spoon coming in from Hanjo, leaving DKC at 22 HP. Not landing the spoon, unfortunate, but he is trying to land that spoon, man. If he was using his rockets instead of a spoon, he would have gotten him there.
Yeah, he just wants those spoon clips. It's a good time to farm them in the preseason. That doesn't necessarily matter all that much compared to the regular season, especially when you don't want to be throwing for your actual team, especially when it's like a mix. It's just a bit of a fun cup for them, I imagine. But it's an equal overcharge situation, but it means that these 3 frags are going to be so key if they just trade these Ubers as soon as possible. These frags are not going to come up in time, and you can just win this post-Uber fight as long as you go quickly. But if you're too slow, they're just going to get those spawners back.
Indeed, as the SCK team is defending as hard as they can, getting a headshot on Brian. Lakey does that, and seems like the ground will be made up by a majority of the Bo players, unless Mezzo has something to say. Gets both Menix and Luca. Only a Pyro Uber Poncho flying in gets destroyed instantly, and it seems like it will be a back to the drawing board for Team Bo.
Yeah, Mezzo's doing so much work, getting a couple of key frags every single time Bo want to try to do something. They trade out the Ubers anyway, just so that it's harder for STCK to push in, delaying some time, and just meaning they don't have invulnerability for their players on the point, but they do end up losing the viewpoint anyway. Likey going down is going to create lots of space for them though, so they're coming back in. Buddy going down is create even more space. That's 2 key frags for Brian. He might actually just win his team the fight here.
With the point level 1 gun by Clark, standing there doing God's work up against Bo. It eventually does go down. Spoon coming in from Hanjo, no succession from that. I just love seeing a man flying with a massive shovel. It looks absolutely hilarious, but point has still not been capped by Bo, so respawn advantage by Bo. No, respawn SK still has. No, oh my god, I'm so sorry, chat. SK does not. Bo does have the forward spawn, still standing up and going. Ubers are ready for Team SCK. SCK has capped second point, and they will be ready to move on to the last. We do see that Menix is ready to surprise the medic once again with a cheeky heavy flank. I've not seen that before. that is going to be a really cheeky play if that does eventually work out. Battalions will be called and Ubers will be popped on the point, shootout left, right, and center. Clark does go down, so does Shacky Legs, but Hanjo does also go down. A lot of players low from SCK, and it seems like it will be a wipe on Buddy, Garden Fungus, and Efle and Lakey, and it seems like Team Bo will successfully defend and start moving on to the second point.
Yeah, STCK trying to come in from lower. Menix getting a couple of key frags in the Uber fight there. They just weren't able to come in quickly enough, denied too much space, and it meant that Sebastiani didn't end up going down, even though they had full Uber charge disadvantage. And it does mean that they are going to be barreling forward onto this middle fight, going to be able to take it for free for now. And they are going to use that Uber to try to trade it onto the second point to win that instead. But Honjo going down, it's going to mean there's not going to be enough space for them to create, I imagine. So they're probably going to stay on middle waiting for Honjo. Mezzo going down does mean Sebastiani is safe. Doesn't have to watch his back for now, as we just wait for the teams to try to do something.
He's going to have to stay safe and pray well. It seems like Skyfox will be copying Clark's homework, keep putting up a level gun on the midpoint, but Lakey peeking around the corner, getting a headshot on Skyfox, succeeding at that, and it seems like a force will be commenced upon Team Bo. No many picks coming out of that, only Lakey, so they're just gonna relax on the midpoint here, seeing what move SSK will be making since they are at a full Uber advantage.
Yeah, they got May as well in that, so it does mean that SCC can't use that Uber in straight away. They have to wait for May, and now, because of those earlier frags, they have lost more as well, which means they are still waiting. So actually already up to 50% on its Uber charge. STCK now coming in. Sebastiani is on about 100 health. One pipe will kill him, but he has 70% Uber charge. It's going to be able to hold this middle point with this sentry gun. The sentry gun very, very strong in this position. And it does mean that they are going to be holding this for now, but they are losing so many frags. The sentry gun is eventually going to go down. Sebastiani escaping to the second point with 97% Uber charge, as STCK start to cap the point.
Point capping indeed. SCK they are at a disadvantage compared to Bo ready to use and pop anytime, so they're just setting up their defense, waiting to see whatever happens, and they will be using their Uber up against the battalions. It will be much more difficult to wipe whoever is out there, but they did actually get Efle, Lakey, and Buddy thanks to a reflect from Delt. Delt is absolutely popping off. Nice headshot by Brian, taking down May H, and it seems like many crucial players from SK are down, and it's time for Team Bo to start moving in here, because it seems like the Ubers will be used by SK, but it will be used to back away and stay safely for future endeavors. Meso gets a stab on Hanjo. That's what Hanjo gets for standing still for 1 second at all, am I right?
Yeah, the one time he's not trying to spoon someone, he's getting stabbed. But that Uber was used to try to delay for the spawners so that Bo can't just walk in for free. They are now going to have to contest this middle point with their Uber charge. Clark, I imagine he's going to bring his sentry gun in, while Jack Alex has swapped off the battalions, and the Uber has been forced out. I didn't even see that get forced. That was crazy. They were in secret. It was a secret to me, but like I was saying, he's on Conqueror instead of the battalion's backup now. So they want the speed to be able to come forward through these shakes, which I think is key, because you need to get on to the players quickly enough with your Uber charge. You can't just rely on your scout to be able to bring your medic forward. And they aren't coming forward without that conk, because they know they have Uber charge advantage. So this will be interesting to see if they get anything with it through secret, or whether they're going to just whiff once again like most of these Ubers have been.
Only time will tell. SSCK are walking in here. There might be a force, and it doesn't seem like Efle will be saved in the nick of time. He only goes down. Everyone walking in here, and Ubers are soon ready for Bo. Will Bo respond back and do something about all the players intruding their land? And they will, using the Uber here. Wasn't necessary though, despite Buddy Efle being down already. Who knows? Garden Fungus going down to that Uber exchange point, still being held by Clark's mini sentry and D2C alongside everyone else. Oh, Yurkits tries to go in for a stab, but fortunately gets mowed down. It seems like Bo low-key kind of beefed the attack, and it seems like they're back on the drawing board, setting up the defense on second point.
Yeah, they used that Uber early because they were afraid of that Refleks dealing a lot of damage, killing some of their players, but they need that Uber to pressure in. Jackie Legs now coming in from behind, and Seb and Luca are being wrapped around from Choke and Secret, but they realise and they go kill the players in Secret, so they are safe for now. DQZ, we're just about to get his Uber up. Seb gonna get it slightly after, so they're probably gonna be contesting this point even though they have a slight Uber charge disadvantage. Honjo going high but gets denied by Buddy. No spoons or rockets onto the medic for him. Uber's coming out from STCK. Seb taking a pipe but using the Uber to save himself and his team, and it looks like Buddy is caught in, escaping through Secret just about. Whew. Uber trade coming out, but nothing really gained on either side.
Nothing ever was won. Point though, grounds is an advantage of SCK, but just now losing Eple might be a bit of a yikes moment for SCK. Losing Clark too. Seems like Bo will be able to recollect whatever pieces there were left. 1 minute left on the clock, and it might be a round reset. Unless one of the sides decide to cap one of the points, then the time will reset to 5 once again. But 8 minutes overall. Honjo is going in, flying in, gets a rocket on one of the players. Nice headshot by Lakey though when denying Honjo. 60 seconds left on the round. Will something happen? Only time will tell indeed. Ubers are ready for both sides. One of the sides gotta take initiative or mess up. Who knows? Because SSK are aggroing right now at the choke, backing away, only there to take down the gun and move on further with their day.
Yeah, I think if you're Bo, you have to reset the round here and just hope that you get a big wipe on middle, because this seems to be very stalematey in the way they're playing it at the moment. So I think if you just try to get that wipe on middle and run it into last, you're going to create a nice opportunity for yourself. So I think the easiest way for you to win a round is that you're just going to reset the round, hope you win the mid fight. But losing this many players is going to make it tough to hold this second point, and you might even get pushed back to last, and that's certainly not where you want to be with only 7.5 minutes left on the clock. So we got 5 more seconds. May getting onto the point, making sure that overtime will be enacted before the timer is reset, and it does mean they win that point. So Bo actually kind of messing up there, I think, just allowing SDCK to come in by giving up so many frags because they didn't want the round to reset, even though I think they should have played for it.
I mean, it's really up to SDCK because they're the ones at an Uber advantage here, ready to push out last any second here as everyone here prepares to start pushing out, showing Bo what they got to show here. 7 minutes left on the clock overall is something they could just park the bus here and wait and see what happens next, because Bo are the ones defending. Maybe SSK are playing the mind games here, just setting up a defense on second, waiting for Bo to make a move, you know, just letting the bus park, putting it in the right spot, and just overall winning by time. A bit of a boring way to win, but you know, if you want to get the bag, you get the bag that way.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I thought resetting the round at 7 minutes was the play, because now SDCK can just hold in this lobby pipes area for the next 4 minutes, and there'll be 2 minutes left on the clock rather than 7. And that's going to be a lot harder to push onto last. You have to instantly get onto last. You have to create an Ubercharge advantage on the mid fight rather than maybe creating it on second or having a play. So it's going to be very tough for Bo if SDCK do indeed decide to play the timer, which I imagine they will. It's the smart play, and that's generally how SDCK like to play their video game.
What, boring?
Smart.
Oh, yeah, okay. You know, GBC in 2 different ways. Apologies, there was no way to diss any of the SDCK members. Yeah, straight chillaxing in the room. They're just sitting here waiting to see what happens. We have ticked down 2 minutes so far, and it's 3 minutes to go as SK just sits in the room and relaxes. And Bow. Ooh, Brian though gets a headshot on Buddy. That is actually huge and might be a play potential here for Team Bo to do something up against the CK. And Lakey does eventually respond back, picking down Brian, and we're back at square one. Sentry getting sapped though. Will it be saved in time? No, it will not. And battalions will be called. Lakey peeking in, trying to go for a medic dropping pick, and it does not succeed. Seems like Bo will be standing up here, still with the Uber, fighting in the corridor up against each other. Eple will be going down. DQC running away with Garden Fungus. They do not want to get caught off or drop their Ubers, and it seems like we're back at it again in this choke point.
Yeah, STK sent in a massive sack. They bought themselves 2 minutes off the clock completely for free. Decide to head in with a massive sack to try to get the last point, and then they would be pretty much unstoppable, but it's not to be. They are fighting, exchanging the Ubers on middle, as Jackie Legs going in behind while Bo are starting to barrel forward. Honjo also coming in behind. Teams approximately equal. Delt picking up another Reflek kill onto Jackie Legs, as there is cleaned up by the mini sentry wrangle by Clark, and it looks like it's just going to be another fight win on middle for SDCK. Once you have this middle point with the sentry set up mini or level 3, it's just so tough. Again, showing why I think the round should have been played for reset.
You really like your argument there, man. You
I
gotta
do.
mention.
I mean, I think I've been proven right.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough, man. Point is, or the ground, second point has been completely taken over by the SSK members, but it's about time to start capping it and get prepared to start moving on to the last point yet again. They are winning by 1-0, so it's really Bo who need to make the impact here if they are going to be winning this grand finals here. Remember, guys, this is the final map, final countdown. This is where it matters, but here comes Yurkus, makes an impactful gameplay by picking down Lakey, Kannon thinking he is a spy. That was kind of funny, and it seems like Ubers have not been used. Ubers will be used real soon here, as the Ubers will be popped by Mr. Sebastian exchanging up against SCK here, and it doesn't seem like it will be much succession coming out of that. Menix, Honjo, Kanon, and Brian are all 4 down, and it's time for SCK to start running into last here, blasting however much they can, and it seems like they're going one by one, beating a lot maybe, but they are kind of succeeding at the picks here.
Yeah, that Uber trade was good for SDCK, but they are having trouble finishing off the round. Clark with his mini sentry is trying to win it, but I don't think it's quite going to be enough. Likey is also on the fight, but it's Menix versus Delt. Menix and Delt versus Clark and Likey. Those classes are too strong defensively, and it is going to be a hold. Bo staying alive by the skin of their teeth, but they have 2 minutes to push what they haven't been able to push in 25. It's going to be tough from here for them, but it is possible. It's still possible. Anything's possible at this time. They have to just walk forward, hold the W key, and hope you win the game. That's, again, just Likey with those sightlines killing Delt, and it's not going to be a great start for Bo as they're stuck in their lobby. STCK with a slight disadvantage, but as long as you can leapfrog the Uber charge, it's going to be a very strong hold for you.
Brian, though, managing to take down Lakey, and Honcho flying in, taking down Buddy. This is the comeback Bo could be hoping for right now. Crit Stickies flying around, taking down Eple, but only Eple. Clark solo holding the point. It is up for him to clutch. Will he get a pick? No, he will not. Gets taken down by Kannon. Point taking down, 1 minute left to push out, and it doesn't seem like they are much gaining out of momentum. It seems a bit hopeless if you ask me, but maybe Bo will play for the logs here. Who knows, as they're fighting currently in secret. They are coming out, and SCK pop their Ubers, do not allow any presence from Bo to come out, and it seems like 30 seconds left on the clock, and players going down left, right, and center, but many crucial players from SCK do go down. I think they should start capping mid here if they're even gonna. I don't think they're even gonna be able to make it to last here, Harry.
No, they aren't. They spent too long capping second. They should have had some players walk forward, had a couple of people cap second, but the rest taking control of middle if they wanted a chance. But they had everyone stacking the second point. Too slow, not enough time on the clock, and STCK hold out for their 1-0 victory. It did end up being that the timer was the crucial factor in the end.
Sorry, man, I fell asleep just now.
That's